So, you're considering starting your own medical billing business, and one of your biggest concerns is how much is it going to cost you to start up your business? So, in this video, I will share with you how I started my medical billing business for about $150. Hello, my name is Kat, and I am the owner of Superior Medical Consulting, where we provide superior medical billing solutions for your private practice. I am a certified professional coder, a certified professional medical auditor, and a medical biller. So, when I first started my medical billing business, one of the things that really concerned me was how much it's going to cost for me to start my billing business. Before this, I had a graphic tee business, so I kind of understood that startup costs is like, you can go into a business and not know what to expect if you're not prepared, which a lesson learned for me. But with this medical billing business, because we are in the business of revenue, like I knew I had to take this a little bit more seriously and also structure it in a way that it wasn't a cost burden on me. And I suspect that a lot of us are in the same position. Like we want to have our own business, but the startup cost is one of the things that's the barrier for entry for us. Luckily, starting a medical billing business doesn't have to be cost heavy for you. You could actually start with zero, but it's a caveat to that. But if you want to go full on, it is possible, at least for me, it was possible to start my medical billing business for about $150. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the way that you can start for $0. And then the way that, if you want to go ahead and invest a little bit more into your business, you could start for around $150. So the first way that you can start your medical billing business, if you would like to start with zero, would be to be a contract biller. And what that means is you will look for jobs or look for billing opportunities that is on a contract basis, whereas the provider is just offering you work for maybe a certain amount of time or for a certain project, and they are not requiring you to be an employee with them. They just want someone to contract, come in, work for them for this particular project or work for them for a particular amount of time, and then you guys part ways. In that instance, you would be a contract employee. That means you won't have any benefits or anything, but you have the opportunity to kind of negotiate some things, negotiate your price, negotiate your hours, negotiate the services that you provide, things of that nature. And up in that way, you can consider yourself your own business owner, because you pretty much are. Like you it's your business. You just don't have it funneling through a particular entity. You're like a sole proprietor. So that's one way. Usually with that, you don't have to have like anything branded. Like you don't need like a branded email, you don't need a website, you don't need anything of that nature. The only thing you need is your personal bank account and perhaps your own equipment if your employer is not willing to furnish you with that. So that's simple, clear cut. Go out on job sites and answer ads that say contract, contract work, and you on your way. It's sort of like the Uber delivery type things. Like you just sign up and you go. You your own boss. Create your own hours, things of that nature. If you want to be a little bit more structured and like kind of solidify yourself in the business world, then you probably would need to like establish your own company, which is the route that I took. So I created my company January 1st of this year of 2023. And the cost that I incurred to start my business was a little bit less than $150. There was some costs associated after I got up and running, but my initial investment was about $150. and I'll go ahead and run down the things that I started with and the things that I know is imperative that you start with very soon after you get everything up and running. So the first thing I'd had to do was get my business name and snatched out the market. So I know I wanted my business to be called Superior Medical Consulting. So I went on my state website and searched to make sure that the name was available. And then I also searched to make sure that the domain name was available. Once I saw that those two were available, then I went ahead and purchased it. My domain, I purchased it through Canva because I created my own website myself. And Canva, if you wanted to, have a branded website, I think they charged you something like $17, maybe $20. I'm thinking about $20. I didn't go back to like double check, but it wasn't like over. It wasn't definitely over $50, but it was like $20. And so once I did that, I created my website. I had my domain as like secured. That was that. The next expense that I incurred after that was establishing my LLC. Again, I did that on my own. I would not recommend you establishing your LLC on your own if you have not done it before, or if you're not willing to keep up with all the paperwork that and the steps that's needed to make sure that your LLC is secured. You should probably hire an attorney to do that if you are someone that, needs that guidance. But because I've had a business before, like my t-shirt business, if I had a business before, I established my own LLC, followed the steps to do that, and paid the money in order to get that up and running. That was about $120 in my state. So with that, you need your own registered agent. If you don't have a physical building, you need to purchase a virtual address. You need all of that stuff. So you need to that comes with that. So, um, that was the biggest expense, was purchasing my LLC. After that, I went ahead and got my branded email. Now, my branded email, I went through GoDaddy. Again, because I already had a business, they will always just like send me emails about offers. One email that I received, they had an offer to get a branded email for about $3 for a quarter. It was like $1 a month or something like that. So I went ahead and did that. So my email out of initially was $2.97. Um, and that secured my email for at least for the first 3 months. So I got an email that was at superiormedicalconsulting.com. So whatever, info at superiormedicalconsulting.com, my name at superiormedicalconsulting.com, customer service at superiormedicalconsulting.com, whatever you want your email to be, that's what I went with. And then after that, I knew that I needed to have a toll-free phone number. Well, I wanted a toll-free phone number. I needed a fax line. So I researched, some phone line companies, and then the class that I took to help me prepare for my medical billing business, the instructor suggested Ring Central. So I went ahead and went with Ring Central. They had a 14-day trial offer. So that was zero, free 99 for me. So I went ahead and took advantage of that, and I signed up with Ring Central. It was free for 14 days. And so I didn't incur any out-of-pocket costs for that. Of course, I had my own computers, things of that nature. I already had a shredder. I already had a printer. I already had, a lot of that stuff. So I didn't need anything. I already had my books because I am a coder, so I already had that type of stuff. So I didn't need to invest any money into getting anything like that. It was just mainly to get my business set up so that I can go ahead and start marketing myself and to look like a legit business. My biggest expense was my time. So it took me a lot of time to, do the research on how to start a medical billing business. It took me a lot of time to do the research on how to build my LLC, properly. It took me a lot of time to research and to build my website myself. So it took a lot of time to learn, the ins and outs of business, how to get this started. but I was trying to cut costs or to start up with as low cost as I could. And that's the solution that I came up with. So I started off that way. Now, immediately after I secured my first client, I knew that I was going to have some additional costs associated with that. But the initial startup was that, like, I went basic. Like, I wanted to do everything myself just so I can go ahead and get my name out there and try to market and secure my client. And I was pretty successful because I had my first client before I even started my business. I had my first client December of 2022, but my LLC didn't become effective until January 1 of 2023. So I did not start working for my client until January 1, 2023, so that I can, have that client incorporated in my business dealings. I didn't want to have to go back and try to separate or explain why I was working before my LLC and what money. No, I didn't want to do that. So me and my client agreed that my day one would be January 1st, 2023. That's when everything was established. When I received my first payout from my client, that's when I went ahead and started my business bank account, which was a different expense, and got my insurance, to cover my business and all of that. So initially, again, I started my business with about $150 out of pocket, which to me is not very much. Like, you got a job, you get paid, you can save $25 a paycheck for a little while you researching all this stuff to get your business up and running if you need to. But yeah, like this is one of the most inexpensive business that I started. Now my t-shirt business was also kind of inexpensive to start, but this business was kind of inexpensive to start. And so I just wanted to offer that to you, because I know some people ask all the time, like, how much does it cost to start? Like, isn't it expensive? How much equipment did you have to buy? Did you have to buy like software, books, da 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 da? And for me, this is just how I started. Again, I did have a lot of the stuff that's already needed because I'm already in that profession, but it is what it is. So if you would like to start your medical billing business, I have a video on here that offers you 11-step process that I took in order to start my medical billing business. And so I suggest that you watch that video next. But if you have any questions, just let me know. I will definitely try my best to answer it or get you the right resource that would be able to help you along on your journey. And until next time, I will see you later, and wishing you much success on your medical billing business journey.